Hey guys, it's Mike.
It's Jasmina.
It's Jen.
This is a kind of a sad story. Did you guys cry reading this?
No.
Well, you are a robot, man.
You didn't cry either.
Well, I'm just kind of like dead inside. But this is a kind of a tragic situation. It happens a lot in China. Okay, a lot of kids get abandoned in China for a variety of reasons. Sometimes as simple as they're a girl. You know, sometimes as simple as we can't afford it. So, especially this was true during the one-child policy. This girl, she was born during the one-child policy, but that had nothing to do with this, I don't think. She was abandoned when she was 1 month old. Nobody knows for sure why her parents abandoned her, but they think it's because she was seriously ill and they couldn't maybe afford the treatment for her. So they basically left her at the neighbor's doorstep. And the neighbor came out one day, heard a baby screaming, crying, and found this little girl nicknamed Mao Mao. So this older lady took her in, raised her as her kind of like granddaughter. And Mao Mao has been selling vegetables on the streets every day for 5 years. One, because her adoptive family grows vegetables, and two is because she's hoping her parents will come back and see her.
Because right next to her, when she sells vegetables, she has a sign up. And it's like, Mom, Dad, I've grown up now. I'm waiting for you to come pick me up. Where are you guys? So she hopes that someday they're gonna walk on that street and somehow find her. But I don't think that's likely. And I think they left her there for a reason, and they're probably not coming back.
I mean, they left her when she was only 1 month old, so I kind of feel like they could have at least tried a little, unless they really couldn't afford anything, but also maybe because they didn't want her, because immediately after they left her on her doorstep, they moved out.
Well, her parents are supposedly migrant workers, and the note she left is really tragic. She's saying like, okay, I'm healed now, I'm not sick anymore. Also, she's like, if you don't come pick me up, my grandma's gonna leave me to the government. So I don't know what that's all about, like, because her adopted grandmother is really old and maybe like, you know, because she's only 8. So right now, this is kind of a tragic situation, and this is bringing a lot of attention because people, obviously, this is something that's, you know, that's very heartbreaking, and she has gotten some support, some financial support, but not much. This is kind of something that unfortunately happens quite often. People just leaving their kids, especially migrant workers. There's a term right now in China, 生儿 or 生孩. It's basically the term referring to the kids that migrant workers just leave behind. And usually they leave them behind with a family member like a grandfather or a grandmother. But maybe in this case, there was no other relative, and they both had to work, and they left her behind. But she did get a call from the real parents saying that they would come back for her, but they never did.
And also the charity workers think that her parents might have been killed in the earthquake in China or something.
Because just as they moved out, it happened where they were moving to.
A lot of stuff could happen, and it's just kind of really tragic. And unfortunately, like I said, this is not an isolated case. There's so many cases like this. At least I feel like Mama did find a family kind enough to adopt her and take her in. Whereas in a lot of these cases, the children might even be sold to you don't know what.
Yeah, and it's good that this charity actually found her, because so many children are just left there and no one ever finds them. So this charity is helping her, and they're like spreading word online so that more people can probably donate and help her find her parents, which is good.
You don't think that's gonna happen?
I mean, there's like so many people in China. I just feel like it's really hard to get the word across.
I know nothing about adoption. I mean, I see it in TV shows. I don't know how true it is, but it's like a lot of work to get a baby. Like it's a long process. It's a difficult process to adopt a baby in the U.S. I don't know. I just don't know if that's like a bureaucracy thing or what is it, because there's so many kids like Mama in China that could use a really great home. And I feel like if there are a lot of people who want kids, who want to adopt, then why can't it be easier to find kids like Mama a better home? I know nothing about adoption. I wish I did, so I could, you know, give you guys better insight into this, but maybe you guys can let me know why. I mean, it just feels like every single show I've seen is like, oh, we gotta meet with the adoption agency, we have to interview, we have to do all this, and it takes like 1 year or 2 years, and finally we might get somebody. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, everything just seems like really tedious process.
I don't think a lot of these children are actually brought to the adoption facilities, so they're just unfound.
They're just left on the street.
Yeah,
right.
So you can't really adopt them.
I feel like, I don't know how trustworthy the Chinese adoption organizations are. I'm sorry. I'm kind of like everything in China. I'm gonna question everything.
Because I don't know if they actually have funding to take care of. Maybe the government gives them some money.
I don't think so. There's no government funding for stuff like this.
They don't have they can't really provide them with their essentials.
So really sad situation happening over there. I wish we knew more details about the whole adoption thing. Maybe we'll look it up and tell you guys. But hopefully Momo is able to be reunited with her parents. As I agree with you, Jen. I feel like it's a long shot, but hopefully it could happen. Let us know your thoughts about this whole story. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. See ya.
Bye.